Network Monday through Thursday. So you can get ACCPN, hour-long show breaking down everything going on around the conference at 6 o'clock, and Fridays at 5 o'clock right here on ACC Network, and as always, streaming on the ESPN app. All right, let's take a look at a couple of the new coaches in the league, because we got Adia Barnes taking over for the sixth coach in SMU women's basketball history. Came over, of course, from her time at Arizona, where she made quite a run there with those teams. 21-plus win seasons in consecutive years, 5 consecutive years. She was able to build something really special there, hoping to do that now in Dallas at SMU. Then you got Karen Blair taking over, entering her first season as Georgia Tech's head coach. She, of course, has a lot of experience from her time at Maryland, most notably, but also VCU, North Texas. She also played point guard at SMU, but here is Karen Blair, mic'd up ahead of practice. Take a listen.
Talk to your shooting finger. That's it. That was a perfect shot. There you go. There it is. I see you hyping yourself. I got it. I love this left say. Keep working it. Keep working it. Every day, every week will get better. You just keep fighting the way you fight through it, and everything else will take care of itself.
That ended on like a mellow note, but I feel like she has so much fun just being out there with her team.
Welcome back to ACC Nothing But Net Women's Basketball Preview Show.
And your expectations
now,
well, I think anytime you go from assistant to head coach,
so
moving over one seat on the bench.
I know we have a new head coach for
Georgia
Georgia Tech. I know, and of course, I forgot other team. Maybe SMU. I guess I don't know.
Decision about whether they play or not. It's going to be a completely different relationship with the players. She has a lot of energy.
Yeah, I think it's from Georgia Tech and SMU, and yep.
She's going to have to build a culture, bringing all these disparate people together, trying to figure out what are their goals, what are they going to try to accomplish this year.
Cal?
I love her energy.
It is 7:38 p.m.
That energy reminds me a little bit of Nell Fortner's energy. So excited to see what she can do at Georgia Tech. For SMU, they hire Adia Barnes, and I thought this was a real signal from SMU that they want to get serious about women's basketball, so I loved it. And I love this hire. Adia Barnes took Arizona all the way to the national championship game a couple years ago. She knows how to build a program, did that at Arizona, going to do that at SMU, and I know she's going to have the resources. SMU investing in their women's hoops program. They bring in some transfers. It's year one, so we'll see how it looks with that brand new roster. But I love the message that SMU is sending with this investment.
And we heard her talking at ACC tip-off about that investment, about that buy-in, the athletics department really going all in on women's basketball there. She, of course, knows what it takes to play for a national championship. Did it just a few years ago with Arizona in 2021. All right, let's take a look at some other new faces around the ACC, not on the coaching side, but instead on the transfer side, as 4 All-ACC first-team selections from the 2024-2025 remain in the league. And you're taking a look now at some of the other notable names. Let's start with someone we see, Kelly, towards the bottom of the list. And we touched on Camille Pierre from NC State. What is it about her game that's worth talking about again right now when you talk about the top transfers in the league?
Yeah, I had Vanderbilt when they played at Duke in the first and second rounds last year.
All right, Wednesday, wait, it's 1 minute, okay?
She's a walking double-double. She has great size, tenacious rebounder, can pull you out of it, play in that 4 position, can shoot the 3. That percentage needs to increase a little bit. I think it will under Westmore. Really physical inside. She can do everything. And she had a lot of success at Vanderbilt playing in the SEC. I think it's going to translate at NC State with their 4-out system. She's going to have some freedom and movement in that, not have to play on the block all the time, but she's going to rebound really well for NC State. I thought this was a huge addition for the Pack. They have a true 5 in Tilda Trieger. They also have Lorena Awu. They needed someone to fill that 4 spot, and they found it in spades with Camille Pierre.
Yeah, they did. Wes did a great job of addressing his weaknesses and filling it in. I really like Layla Filia. She is somebody that I saw her play at Michigan against South Carolina. She had a huge game in that game. She played at Texas. She has some real big game experience on some really good teams. And I think she is somebody that's really going to be able to step up and help the Syracuse team.
Kelly?
Yeah, there's so many transfers to watch throughout the ACC. You look at some of the transfers Miami brought in, and we're going to talk about Miami. Ayanna Moore going from Vanderbilt to Notre Dame. I thought overall the ACC did a good job because there were some players that left, some big names that left the ACC to go to other leagues. And look, if you're not using the portal in today's day and age, unless you're kind of Stanford and Duke like we talked about earlier, you're not going to win. And so the ACC did a good job of using that portal overall.
Let's talk about Miami, because as you mentioned, they do have a lot of new faces there in with the Hurricanes. We're taking a look at some of them now, and that whole list is Miami players. Coach, it's hard enough as it is every year to build a team, but it is different now building a team with so many transfers, keeping the culture, especially for still a fairly new coach.
And Tricia Cullop, just a great coach. She knows exactly what it takes to build that chemistry and that culture. But I'm excited about Rashea Kyle. She is 6'5", 6'6", coming over from Florida. I think that Tricia Cullop is going to look to go inside. She's going to be one of the bigger players in the conference, except for what NC State's got. So she's going to be a big addition for them. But they've got, I think, 7 new players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they gel together. Not a lot returning, but they're going to build on what they have coming in.
Miami was really undersized last year. That was one of their biggest issues. They now have 8 players over 6 feet on the roster. Rashea Kyle is definitely one of those, coach, can play the true 5 spot. Jessica Peterson, who's a rebounding machine, comes over from SMU. So they really have helped their post play. And then how about Gal Raviv, who comes from Quinnipiac? I was watching, I'm a sicko, guys. I was watching her highlights on YouTube this morning. Oh my gosh, smooth lefty, so fun to watch. I think Tricia Cullop's going to love her. She's the MAC Player of the Year last year. And Camille Williams, their freshman they bring in. They've got a lot of new talent on that roster. If you can really dial in and channel what Miami's all about, you can recruit there. And Tricia Cullop has done a great job so far just heading into year 2.
And Kyle and Raviv, the 2 players you mentioned, were the 2 players she brought to ACC tip-off. So I think that says a lot, even though she has a lot of new faces, about what she's seen and believes she'll get from them this season as well. They've missed the tournament the last 2 years, trying to turn things around this year with a lot of new faces. And speaking of new faces, more new faces. This is the All-ACC freshman team, highlighted by Duke's Emily Skinner. And Kelly, we've talked about her a few times, especially right off the top, but tell me why she's ranked the number 4 recruit according to SC Next.
She's college ready. She's college ready from the jump. Her body is ready. She's 6 foot. She's got really good size. You look at what she did in the McDonald's All-American game. She was incredible. A really good passer. She can rebound from the point guard spot, but she also can score it, averaging over 25 points per game in high school. I think she's going to fit in to that system really well. She's got pieces around her, so she won't have as much pressure on her to score. She can distribute and be that passer that we saw that she is. So I'm excited about what she can do at Duke. I think she's a really good fit. And it just shows, Coach, we talk about going to the portal and some of those players are more ready, but she looks like to me, some of those freshmen are just ready. It's unique, but she is. She can play at the college level right away.
And when you have Ashlyn Jackson on your team who can help lead and guide her, I think that's a big part of it. But she was somebody that won the state championship, so she's a winner. She knows how to win. She was USA Basketball, won the gold medal. She's definitely going to be ready to step in and maybe come off the bench. I think Kara does a great job of kind of figuring out how we can ease her into this.
She likes that deep rotation, but Coach, when you have a player that is that highly recruited, that hype coming in, what's important for you as a coach, just as you're developing them and bringing them into a system that in a program that has high expectations?
Well, I think the most important thing is your leaders. Your leaders have to know, like, freshmen aren't going to lead. That's not their job. And if there's a void of leadership, freshmen may step in and start talking, and that's not what you want. You want her to come in, ease her way in, not have any pressure on her, just make it as easy as you can for her. Just learn the offense, learn the style. You're going to learn a whole new defensive system down there and get ready that way. So I think it's about the rest of the players accepting her, saying, hey, you know what? She's a great player. We got to let her be a great player. We can't try to tamp down her enthusiasm and her talent. We got to let her be who she is.
Emily Skinner, a player that Coach Kara Lawson, when we asked her about her at tip-off, just said, she's good.
We got 15 minutes to 8.
That's a lot for Kara.
I can't wait to see what she's able to do. Yeah, she's just letting us in a little bit there as she talked about her Blue Devils. Speaking of the Blue Devils, they've got a pretty great non-conference schedule, as do so many teams in the ACC. Get out your calendars. We're going international and breaking down some of the biggest games.
We'll be right back on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere.